Is there anything you're thankful for? What are you thankful for?
That I have a big family and I have a lot of friends.
What's your favorite time of the day?
When I get to go downstairs and play with my friends. One time, I went day camping, and then my best friend also managed to come, and then we also planned to watch a movie, so brought some poles and then kind of sheet, and then we used our projector to project the movie.
Favorite thing to do? It's kind of a simple question.
Today, oh yeah, that's mine. Mommy, yeah. Behind me. Say hi. Hi. This one's dangerous. See? Put your face here. I can you. Look here. See you.
My strings are so muted. My favorite childhood memory was going to the park in the summer with my parents, and how my dad would always tell me to jump off of the high places, and he'd always say that he'd be there to catch me if I'd fall, but I'd never fall, and even if I did, he'd always be there so I wouldn't hurt myself. I think in this way he taught me how to be courageous, but also taught me that he'd always be there for me, no matter what. I usually wake up at 7 every morning, and then sometimes I'll go down to swim for a little bit, and then I'll have breakfast. Sometimes I'll write in the morning if I have writing projects that I'm doing. Then I'll start school at 9, and I'll just keep going until 12:01 where I have lunch, and afterwards I nap for 2 hours because I am a big baby and I need my sleep every day. And then I do school for a couple more hours before ending, and then afterwards I just practice my guitar and piano.
Where do you see yourself in the future?
I see myself living on my own in an apartment and acting in movies.
Like when Kyle was small, I would like him to learn not to be like afraid of water and stuff. So he was just a tiny little thing, like maybe 2, right? So I'll tell him, okay, I'll stand here, so you jump in the pool and I'll catch you and stuff. And then he'll do that a couple of times and I'll catch him a couple of times. And then I'll tell him, okay, you jump in the pool and I'll catch you, but I'll actually move a step or 2 back, so that when he jumps in, he will actually have to kind of like splash his way, struggle his way in the pool towards me, right? But it was also to, like, you know, give him some like swimming, getting some sense of what it's like to be swimming, right? So every time he'll be like, oh, but you're too far away. So I'll say, okay, and I'll step forward just a little. But then the minute he's like jumping in, I'll step back again. I'll be like, yeah, come, you can come towards me. So then he would like splash and struggle his way towards me. But I think it really like gave him a bit of sense that, like, you know, water is nothing to be afraid of. Yes, it's not pleasant, but it's nothing to be afraid of, because he was completely fearless. He would just jump into a pool, and he learned to swim really early when he was just like 4.
Well, we were staying in Juche, Mangis Road, and actually my school was Presbyterian Boys School, and next to it was Kok Chuan Girls School. I attended primary school there, and My sister attended Kok Chuan Girls' School just behind. We were separated by a drain, big drain, and there was a little canal across it, and there was a bridge, but they kept the thing under fencing and they locked the gates so that the boys won't go and disturb the girls, neither will the girls come and buy food from our canteen. Because seemingly our canteen, the Yong Tau Fu, was very, very nice. And so this was the case.
So never leave me lonely. Tell me you love me now and forever.
Well, we were brought up in a very traditional Chinese way with Teochew speaking. My grandfather was a Teochew, and so he's very traditional. 3 meals in a day, we'll always need to have soup. Every meal must have a soup. So when I went to school, I hardly know English. I don't even know ABC and all that kind of thing, right? Until I went to school and then A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and they will try and all that. Then I will be in a way confused. So much so that the teacher had to tell the principal to call my mom up and then interview her and me. Of course, I went together with her to meet up with the teacher, and they said, "Why is it that your son cannot speak English? Even ABC also don't know, And probably because of that, I was put on a kind of I was told to start to read. So I started with Enid Blyton. And those days, Enid Blyton, a whole stack. We used to go and borrow and I'll finish, Secret 7, Famous 5, all those booklets, and I'll finish that. And not only that, subsequently in secondary school and all that, I used to read Biggles, I used, all the Wash films. And then subsequently also, I went to the USIS library. Last time, it was just opposite the Chinese Chamber of Commerce in town, next to the church. And I finished all the way from the first President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, and all the way I read. All the history, American history, every single one. And that was how it really, really happened. And I'm thankful, my 2 girls, my 2 daughters, they are avid readers. Starting from Enid Blyton. Well, we thank God for her.